Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Let's check Facebook and make sure that we're live. Oh, my goodness. Popped right up there. All right, guys. Let's see if you know anybody that is looking to take better photos at home, specifically of bellies and babies and families. Anybody that's really caring for children would really benefit from this. So I'm here, and my name is Rita Lawrence, and if you haven't joined the first 4 days of videos, there are 4 videos before this one that goes into some camera information, some technical skills, everything that's gonna prepare you for today. I already covered. So if you're just joining me today, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I'm super excited to be sharing this content with you today because this is one of my favorite topics here. Let me tell you, the milestones. So first of all, hello everyone, all my live viewers. Hi Melody, thank you so much. I love you. Mwah. Thank you. So listen, I'm gonna just tell you right now, this began, I literally got this paradigm shift in the pot to do this when my dear friend Janessa Roberts told me that she was having her 3rd baby and that she wanted to do her own maternity photos at home. All of a sudden, my heart just started beating faster, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can help you do that. I can totally help you do that, friend. Let's make some videos. And I just thought that, you know what, while I'm teaching my friend Janessa, I'm gonna go ahead and teach all of you as well. So why not? Hi, Alicia, thanks for joining me. Hi, Marla. Okay, listen, so we're on day 5, and this is about the first year milestones, right? There are 5 major milestones. And listen, you know why most parents have an issue capturing them all? Is because they don't catch them at those really prime, like, sweet spots. So I'm gonna let you know how to watch for the sweet spots and how to capture every major milestone as if you were in a studio, right? But in the comfort of your home. We're gonna make them look professional. We're gonna get creative. So today, I'm super excited. Oh my gosh. Okay. This season is so necessary to remember. When you first get pregnant, I have some friends, guys, my friend Chris Wood, she knew that she was pregnant before she even got pregnant, but before she even took the test. Like, she knew that mom's intuition had already started working. So it was pretty amazing. I thought it was just a miracle that she literally brought that about into her life. She's like, I think we're gonna have another baby. And they got pregnant. Literally, like, the next time I saw her, she says, I'm pregnant. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. So even those very first days of awakening to the fact that you're pregnant, start taking pictures right away, because that's an exciting part of your journey to remember. The very first days, the morning sickness, siblings, make sure you get lots of pictures with siblings with the baby. So we are out in public today. We don't have electricity at our house, at my studio. We're totally out of electricity. So I had to we had to figure it out. We came to town and came and found some Wi-Fi, and here we are. So we're just borrowing here at this location. Okay, so let's jump into it. So ideas for capturing the belly milestones. So when you're talking about belly milestones, you think about when you get pregnant, and then you think about the first trimester, the second trimester, and the third trimester. You can do that. You can tell your story just by doing a real intentional photograph each trimester, right? That'll give you a beautiful storyboard at the end. The last one, of course, you're gonna be holding your baby. Eek, so exciting. So it's really simple for maternity. Now, some people really like taking photos and they're really excited that they're pregnant. That was me, I admit it. I took pictures all of the time. So monthly, you could do a monthly storyboard where each month you take your baby bump. Now, what you really want to focus on here when you're doing this is using the same background, the same time of day, so that you have the same lighting, right? Very important. That way you can get a really beautiful storyboard at the end where the lighting is all similar, the colors are all similar, backgrounds all similar, wear the same outfit maybe. If you're talking about the storyboard, I'm talking about when you make a storyboard to print out and put on your wall. It looks more professional if every image has the same lighting, the same background, and the same clothing. Just let you know. Same hairstyle even too. That can be flexible. You know, don't go crazy. Don't stress about it. That's the key. When you're capturing all these milestones, you don't want it to be stressful. You want to just do it. You want to be inspired to do it. And so I'm telling you, the first 4 days of videos that I've already done, if you can master those skills, you can really let your creativity flow. You can really start thinking creatively and start working on, you know, just having fun with it versus thinking of all the technical stuff, right? And you will get there. You will. I know you will. You got to practice, though, every day, every day. Hi, Casey. Thanks for joining. Alicia, you're right. I do. And, you know, but it's because I decide I'm going to do it, and that's it. So once I've made that decision, nothing's going to come in the way. I knew it. Yeah, yes, the prime sweet spots. We're going to talk about those. We're going to get into that. So the baby arrives, right? The baby arrives. So exciting. Give me some hearts if this is exciting to you. So babies can arrive in a lot of different ways. Sometimes the stork can bring the baby if you have a surrogacy situation or if you are adopting. You don't always birth your baby. However, if you do birth your baby, know that those couple of weeks right after you give birth, you really should focus on you, and you should focus on your baby, and you should focus on just loving each other. Don't worry about taking photos right away in the beginning when you get home. Don't stress that it has to be in that first 2 weeks, because it doesn't. I know a lot of photographers say yes, it does. You know, it's because it makes it easier for them. That's why they say come in the first 2 weeks. So you don't stress, because I'm gonna give you all of my secrets so that you don't have to do it right when you give birth, okay? I'm gonna help you figure it out. Okay, what's next? Okay, let's see. Oh, let me know. Let me know. What season were you pregnant in? Now, I was pregnant. I've had 3 babies, and I've been pregnant through every single season. I don't know which one was my favorite. I liked it all. I just loved being pregnant. So let me know in the comments below, when were you pregnant? Were you pregnant in the summer? Were you pregnant in the winter? I think that's always interesting to know. Okay, so you want to remember all these memories. Baby comes home. Obviously, you're going to have your phone with you probably first before you ever have your real camera in your hands. So just use your phone at first. Just use your phone when baby comes home. Don't worry about picking up the camera again. Okay, here we go. So, sleeping. That's what I call the first milestone, sleeping. So ideally, hi Stephanie, ideally we want the baby to be sleeping. It is easier, it is simpler, it is less stress for you to capture your images if the baby is sleeping. So I'm gonna give you some tips for you to prepare your area, because you want to be intentional with this. Now, you can take random pictures of baby anytime, lifestyle images. You can do that all day, any day. If you're satisfied with that kind of photos, just lifestyle, you know, natural looking with mom, with dad, then you really don't have to worry about prep. You don't have to have like a certain time of day. You don't have to have the room to a certain degree. But if you want intentional baby photos, where the baby is sleeping and where they're actually still fairly curled up, like in the womb, then yes, you do want to reach the baby. You do want to be intentional with this within about the first 3 weeks is what I usually say. Even in that second, third week, you are good, especially if you go by the due date, right? You want to go by your due date. So baby is basically newborn up until the due date. They do wake up a little bit more once they're born, but up until the due date, they really are more fairly sleepy. So after the baby's born, what you want to do, let's see. Okay, let me give you first a few things to watch out for if you do wait a little bit longer. Okay, so if you wait a little bit longer after 2 weeks, what happens is skin irritations can come, you know, they can start breaking out. Their skin's getting used to life. They're getting used to wearing clothing. One key here, make sure all your stuff is toxin-free. Anything you put on the baby, around the baby, wash it in toxin-free laundry. Like, don't put any chemicals on the baby, because that will cause more irritations, I've noticed, in babies. That I've worked with lots of newborns, and the ones where I can smell the perfume on their clothing and stuff, I could tell that their skin was a little bit more irritated than the others. So be very careful with products. I'm a Nazi. I really am super careful with babies. Like I keep everything in the studio toxin-free. We use toxin-free cleaners. I mean, we don't want to expose baby to anything dangerous, right? So know that if you keep everything fairly clean and chemical-free, fragrance-free is key, then baby's skin irritations are not going to be that bad telling you. But if they do, if they start to break out, you can use a little bit of coconut oil to just smooth it all over your baby for like a few days in a row, just coconut oil all over. Maybe with a tiny bit of lavender. I'm not a doctor. If you don't feel safe doing that, you go by how you feel. But lavender is very calming and usually safe for babies if it's pure lavender. Again, pure products for baby. These are pure little babies coming out with no, anyway, I won't get into all that. Okay, let's get into the baby tips. Okay, so skin irritations is one reason why you want to do the session as early as you can. So another reason why you don't need to rush it right away is because if you have a girl or a boy, either one, and if you're breastfeeding, even if you're not breastfeeding and they're eating from the bottle, it takes them a little while to get used to eating, to get a really full belly, especially if you're nursing and especially if it's your first baby. Know that not all moms, it's not a latch and go every single mom. It didn't work that way for me. I had to work at breastfeeding and nursing, and you want to get that down first, right? We want baby's belly to be full in these photos so that they're sleeping. Full belly. That's one secret. Full belly, full feeding. Make sure the milk's come in already. Make sure baby has a full belly. If you're having trouble issues with nursing, contact your local La Leche League. And they have support for you. A mom will come to you and help teach you, help you and your baby connect with nursing. So know that there's support there. Babies wake up and don't enjoy curling up as much after the first 2-3 weeks. They just aren't in the womb anymore. If you believe in the 4th trimester, by the way, that reminds me, I really think that 4th trimester tells us a lot about how, to really keep baby sleepy. So first of all, we want to mimic the womb, right? We want to mimic the womb. So you're going to find a noise machine. You can get one on Amazon, or you can use a free noise app on your phone. They have it. It's just called White Noise. I use that in my studio a lot. So it works. And you can change the different ones. What you want is the pink noise or the brown noise. Those are the ones that we find keep the baby settled really well. What else? Okay, safety first, obviously. Make sure that you're in a safe area, baby's safe. If you have baby laying on a bed, make sure they're not going anywhere. Make sure there's somebody there to watch and spot. Hi, Neil, thanks for joining. Okay, what else? Let's see. A heater. You're gonna need a heater. It doesn't matter if it's summer, it doesn't matter if it's winter, you're gonna need a heater if you want baby bare. If you want unswaddled bare baby images, then what you wanna do is have a little space heater about this. You want one that has a fan so that it blows the heat out, not one that just radiates. You want one with a fan that blows the heat out. And you're gonna put that next to wherever you have baby. Here's a secret, here's a key, very important. This is actually not a secret, this is safety, guys. Make sure the heater is at the baby's rear and not at the baby's head. Huge, very important. You want the baby's head to be towards the light, okay? And then you have the heater on the opposite side, right? Okay. You can get a beanbag for this, but you don't have to. You can use your bed. There is easy ways to create like a beanbag environment right there on your bed, guys. So use the bed if you have one that's easy accessible that you can reach easily with your camera. You'll be standing on it probably too to get different angles. We talked about that yesterday, getting all the different angles. You want non-distracting blankets, and blankets that have texture photograph so much better. So you want something with texture, something that's a neutral color, like maybe cream, a light brown, grays are beautiful. Something neutral, and that's just my opinion. And that way, even if it's like a pink or purple, you want it to be a little bit like subdued so that the focus stays on the baby, and so that you can easily, so that basically the baby's color will look better if it's on a blanket that's kind of a natural color versus like bright pink or bright green. What those kind of colors are going to do is reflect back onto your baby. So if you take a picture of a baby on a bright pink blanket, you might have some of that pink color reflect back on the baby, and it'll make them look even more red than they already are. We know newborns, have a red tint to their body. So if you're really creative, and if you have editing software like Lightroom, iPhoto. I'm gonna give you some tips in a couple days on how to edit the photos to make their skin color look a little bit more natural, because newborns do have really red skin tones, right? So I'll help you figure that out. If you're there, you know, and if you don't wanna focus on those kinds of things, I can help you with tips on how to not really see the color of the skin so much. And we'll talk about that on another video. So, pacifier. Newborns often find, we have found that many newborns in the studio really have that sucking tendency. It's, after I did a little research, it's a comfort mechanism for babies when they're born, that they're natural, some babies, not all babies, will want to suck. So pacifiers are great because it will help keep them calm, and it will help them settle really well because they're comfortable, right? Don't worry. This is just my opinion. Don't worry about them getting addicted to the pacifier on your baby photos. Like if you're just using the pacifier for the photos, they're not gonna get attached to it. But I also want to kind of inspire you not to think of it that way. You know, some babies need to suck for comfort, and some don't need that. So I kind of think of it that way. You know, if a baby needs to do that, and I find, you know, my children, all three of my children were different. One of them liked the pacifier a little bit. The other two didn't like it at all. So. You just never know, right? So kind of go with what the baby wants. That's just what I do in the studio. And we tell the parents that we want to keep baby super comfortable, and that we don't allow any crying in the studio, and that we won't use the pacifier if we don't need to. But we do find that if baby needs comfort, we're going to comfort the baby. Daddy's pinky works too, by the way. So feed baby fully. Sibling photos you want to do last. You don't want to start your photos with your siblings and the newborn, because the newborn will not be as settled if there's if there are a lot of activity and if there's a lot of energy and that kind of stuff going on. A lot of times the sibling will put that energy, you know, the baby will kind of get that energy as well. So save the sibling photos for last, possibly even for another session. It's not always easy to get sibling photos, even in a professional studio, let me tell you. It's not always easy. So know that if you're struggling at home, that's totally normal. Another tip that I have here for the sleeping stage, this is the last one, and this is a really big one. Okay. If you try a few times and it's just not working, baby's not settling, you're just like, this is not gonna work, take the baby for a ride in a car. Put them in the car seat, buckle them in, feed them first, make sure baby's full, and then put them in the car and take them for a ride. Because that's actually the secret that brings the babies to the studio ready to go. That car seat ride. So you can do that at home too, right? Do that, okay. Parents, you know, sometimes parents want to be in the images, sometimes they don't. I recommend to get in at least a couple. Get in at least a couple, even if your eyes are closed and your face is down. Get in a couple with your baby. Okay, on to smiling. So smiling is the next stage. About 3 months or so. This is the time where babies connect with mom and dad, where they see you, they start to see the colors, they see, they can connect with you, they start to laugh, they feel your emotions, and you can sense their emotions. It's a beautiful season. Many babies don't come into the studio at this age though, so this is a really popular one to catch at home. Okay, this is also a popular one where baby is not going to be able to really support itself, so you're going to have to get creative with your poses, and I'm going to help you with that. You do want to make sure that babies can support their neck. That's key. And then you want to make sure that you have a helper, a spotter to watch baby, because at this age they're rolling everywhere. They're like, they're turning over and everything. So make sure you have a spotter, somebody there to watch. And okay, so what do they like at this age? How do we get amazing pictures at this age in the studio? Funny sounds. At 3 or 4 months old, babies will crack up at like just a funny sound, just whatever you can think of that sounds silly and goofy. They love it at this age. They literally will start cracking up sometimes. It's awesome. Okay, shiny objects. Shiny objects are distracting. They love shiny objects. And the most popular one that we use is a pinwheel. And because it moves, so I have my spotter, or mom or dad, holding the pinwheel and spinning it above baby. And that way the baby's looking, hi Neil, thank you for joining. Hi, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Okay, so the shiny objects, pinwheels. All right, next is sitting. Oh, so fun. Sitting stage is the best. It really, really is. Every single baby comes back in for sitting session. Nearly every single client we have that comes in for belly baby will come back in for sitting. And this is a popular milestone around 6-7 months. The key here is to get your intentional photo session down at home before your baby's crawling, because you're gonna have so much more variety before they're actually trying to crawl away from you guys. So that's key. And then this is also a great milestone to include family, siblings, grandmas, grandpas, aunts, uncles. Call all the family in. Guys, if you get those technical skills down, and if you can get some good family memories of your family, you invite as many people that'll come over as possible, and you just take everybody's picture. Yeah. All right, let's see. Babies don't last long. This is another big, big key. The sitting and the smiling and sitting. Those sessions, you really, really need to be intentional and quick. You're only gonna have about 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes, and baby's gonna poop out. Like, they are not gonna last that long. They're gonna wanna go back to sleep or eat again. So one of the things we always recommend at 6 months at the sitting session is that parents have a clean snack, a clean dry snack for the baby. Because once they start to get tired, you can give them a little snack and you restart them. Also, change areas, change rooms, or go outside. So every time they start to get frustrated or irritated, change their area. You can probably get about 3 different areas down within 30-45 minutes. You can get about 1 or 2 clothing changes. Not that many at this age. Babies do not like to be fumbled with at 3 months or at the smiling and the sitting stage. They get very irritated, and we have a really, really specific process when parents want multiple changes of clothing. I have instructions that I send them, because it won't work if they just bring baby and we just think we're just gonna put them all on. You've gotta go in a certain order. Okay. Standing. This is the last one. So exciting because baby is about to turn 1. First birthday. So exciting. However, we photograph our standing babies most of the time before the first birthday. They want to use their images to display at the first birthday party is usually what the situation is. As well, we don't want them to be running. We want them to be standing only, right? Not running. Guys, not running. That makes it more difficult, right? So get your standing session milestone. A little bit right when they're standing is really when I tell my clients to schedule. As soon as they're standing, we start inside, and at this age, they're not going to stay inside very long. At home, you have a lot more options because you can work every day with them and get multiple images for like 3 days in a row. So you don't have to do it all in one day. You can do one outfit today, one outfit tomorrow, one outfit the next day. Just plan ahead so that you have them printed and ready to go by the birthday party is awesome. So once they start to get tired and stuff, then we always take babies outside. Our studio's on a 5-acre wooded lot, and it's awesome because babies can just explore, and they love doing that. You can do balloons and a cake at this session too, because if you're going to display the images at the birthday especially, you want to do a mini cake. We always provide that, and balloons. Here's the secret with balloons. If you use just regular old-fashioned balloons, not the shiny Mylar ones, those are just too they don't look great in pictures. The old-fashioned balloons are classic, and they will be timeless in your images, right? So that's one of the keys too in my goal in my studio, is that I like these images to be timeless. I want these guys to have these images in their homes for generations to come, and that when people look at them, they're not like, oh, that was taken in the 90s, that kind of thing. Timeless images. So that's why I say use like neutral blankets, or also the clothing. So the clothing that we specifically ask parents to put their babies in when they're coming into the studio. Nothing with logos, nothing with really loud prints that's going to distract from a little tiny baby face, right? Nothing with really loud things. Solid colors are great, and more neutral tones, because then the skin color of your baby is just going to be more natural, okay? All right, so keep it basic, super, super simple. So the milestones are belly, of course. If you can think of a milestone that starts with an S for belly, let me know. So then we got sleeping, smiling, sitting, and standing. So that's your 5 major milestones in Belly Baby first year, and I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that you found value. I knew the minute I got pregnant. Yay, you did! So exciting. Alicia, that's super exciting. Hi, Karen. Thank you for joining. I'm just ending up, and you can go back and watch the replay anytime. I have all the baby milestones over the first year, and if you know anybody that's pregnant especially, this can be super helpful for them. So thank you so much for joining me. And if you have any questions, feel free to post them below this video and I will come back and answer them for you, okay? And if you have private questions that you might not want to ask on here, feel free to send me a private message, Rita Lawrence on Facebook. And I love you guys so much. Bye. See you tomorrow.